Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're all here. For today's video, we're going to be looking at what cycle you are breaking. I kind of left this very open for any cycles. It could be cycles in love, cycles to do with career, spiritual cycles, anything, to be honest. I am currently offering my year ahead tarot readings. Like, I do a whole report covering your entire year, including love, career and finances, and then also your kind of like spiritual alignment messages as well, because I'm not going to be doing a 2022 predictions reading. I just feel like in terms of general energy, it's quite hard to get right. So if you do want to see that in a personalized way for you, then make sure that you check out the link below. I do also offer other readings as well. Right, yeah, I also have a new deck to play with as well, which I got for Christmas. So we have the Wild Unknown Archetype deck, which is the first card that you can see here. There is a lot of energy. Like, I've been using this deck for maybe like 2 days now, just like putting cards for myself and stuff like that, trying to get to know the cards and whatever, as you do. And every time I go to get them, like, there's so much energy surrounding them even now. So they are, I'm hoping that these messages are going to be really enlightening for you and help you along your journey. So let's get into the options that we have today. And also, as usual, please remember this is a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest behind, because you are not the ugly stepsister. Please do not force that shoe onto your foot. So here are the 4 options that I have for you today. Starting off over here with the option number 1, we have a Geode. Next, with option number 2, we have Lapis Lazuli. For the third option, we have Smokey Quartz. And last but not least, we have green Aventurine. One thing I always forget to tell you guys is to look up the meaning behind your crystal that you've chosen in each reading, in any of my readings, as well as maybe implementing them into your daily routine or whatever, depending on what the reading is about. Because I always intuitively choose the crystals and they always align very closely with the message that you need to hear or the energy that you need to embody. So I would definitely feel like if you want to get more out of my readings, then think about what crystals you're actually choosing and either pick some up if you can, or just think about the qualities that this crystal can bring out in you. Okay, right, so I want you now to take a deep breath in and out, and ask yourself which of these piles, or piles, it might be more than one, has a message for you. And I will see what you're reading. Right, okay, let's get into it. Option number 1, those of you who chose the selenite one, selenite? I think it just has selenite inside of it, but it's a geode, this geode here. Welcome to your reading. Right, I've changed the setting on my camera, so hopefully it's not going to be looking too crazy. Okay, I've changed the setting again. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sure when I get to editing, I'll decide which one I like best. Anyway, so oh, let's start off with these actually, because I already pulled your tarot cards. So you guys have the moon in reverse. We have the 3 of Swords. Already feel a lot of emotion coming from your pal. We have the 7 of Pentacles, which has come out in reverse. You have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Three of Pentacles as well. Just heard the word cooperation. Cycle you're breaking. We're going to take a look at all your cards straight away. So let's take a look at this, the Wild Unknown Archetypes card. For you guys, we have the Tear. We also have New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. This was actually in reverse. I feel like that's important to know. And then we also have from the Wisdom of the Oracle, Clean It Up. It's up right here. I want to start off with this Wild Unknown card here. I don't know all the meanings properly because obviously I've just got it, so I'm going to be reading it pretty much intuitively. Again, there's a lot of emotion here. Obviously, tears involve a release. A release of something. Whether that is something that you've put a lot of hard work into, or you feel like you put a lot of hard work into. For some of you guys, this could be a relationship. It could be maybe like a career or project that you've been working on. I feel like for maybe some of you guys, there's been a lot of like emotions coming up for you. Maybe you feel more emotion. Oh, let's just let the plane go by. Yeah, I don't know if there has been more emotion coming up for you guys than normal. So you're kind of like, why do I feel all these random things? It feels like for some of you, this could be either repressed emotion, or it's like you're not acknowledging the issue, so it just keeps just keeps building and rising in you. It's like you've been looking, because this Ace of Swords was in reverse, it's like you've been looking for where this is coming from, like trying to see, almost see the big picture, but you couldn't quite grasp it. Like there's something that has felt hidden to you about this cycle. Definitely with the Three of Swords here, it's something that has involved, you know, the heart space. And sometimes heartbreak can feel physical. It can feel like your heart is literally breaking in your chest, where you feel like a overwhelming sense of pain or anxiety about it. You don't know how to deal with it. Especially some of you guys have like Aquarius placements or more air placements where you know how to analyze feelings and like identify feelings, but you don't know how to just feel them. You don't know how to just experience things. And I feel like this is what this cycle has been showing you, is that sometimes you just have to allow things to be. Sometimes you just have to feel things or go through things. And sometimes even for no reason. It's just because it's part of the human experience, and you know, your higher self and your soul and your guides or whatever, they want you to have the whole experience. They don't just want you to be, they don't just want you to have like a very limited experience of your life, in your life. Sorry about the lighting, guys. The other one was too pink for me. I didn't like it. Right. Yeah. I'm gonna pull some more cards. I feel like as well with this tear, and the tear being a gem, an emerald here or whatever. I don't know the meaning behind emerald, but you might want to look that up. It feels like this emotion, or even these tears, if you've been literally crying, it's like a gift. It's like each one is teaching you something, or it's showing you something. It's a blessing to be able to feel so deeply, and yet be so strong within that. Yeah, because all around this card is darkness, apart from where you see obviously this little tear coming down. So it's like all the things that you know, maybe you didn't know where it came from. You don't know why you're crying or why you're upset or why you feel so overwhelmed. But it's like within that, this is showing you something, it's highlighting something to you. It could be something to do with your inner child. It could be, you know, like a breakup you had years ago, but you only just really took the time. It's like that your emotions have only just it's like your emotions have only just caught up with you. You can only now start feeling this. Maybe walls have broken down and it's like that dam has broken down and allowed the floodgates to come through, or whatever they're called. I think I just used too many different analogies there. There's the moon card in reverse here for the cycle. It's ending. Again, with this crystal that, well, or the geode that I ended up choosing for you guys, it's like on the outside there's not much going on. It's very rough, it's very boring. But it's not until you would crack it open that you would see all of this wonderfulness inside, right? All of the crystals inside. What makes it special is on the inside. It's not the tough exterior, although there is a tough exterior. But inside it's beautiful and delicate. It's like you guys might have the cycle that is ending for you guys is like this recognition of a duality about life. The masculine and feminine, or the yin and the yang. Like I can be both emotional and have empathy and feel things deeply, and I can also be a leader, and I can be a provider, or I can take action. I don't have to allow these tears to hold me back. I don't have to allow painful events to hold me back. Especially with the Three of Swords here. It's like she's tied up in the pain of this event that has happened here. Bless me. Clarify the Three of Swords, please, for the cycles. Oh my gosh. Whew. By the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, what cycle's ending. Guys, you literally have like you've only had wand cards come out here. You've just had, for the three clarifiers I've pulled, Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, Two of Wands. That's so... Clarify the Ace of Swords in reverse here for what cycle's ending. Nine of Wands. This is so funny. You guys are stepping into action now. Wands is all about action. It doesn't overthink, it doesn't overanalyze, it just does. It feels like fire signs feel things deeply. They're very passionate people. And it's like water signs can almost, they have all these emotions and they feel things very deeply, but they also kind of just can sit in those emotions, and the emotions almost get absorbed. Oh my god, sorry, this camera. Come back to me, come on. Right, so with water signs, emotions kind of get absorbed within them, and they can learn to transmute that within themselves almost. But I feel like with fire signs, they feel the emotion and they kind of like burst it back out of them again. Like they don't allow it to get trapped and sucked trapped and allow that emotion to sit within them, because they're very action orientated. When they're angry, they act like, say, an Aries, sorry to stereotype you guys, but if an Aries is upset, they act. If a, what is the other fire signs? If a Sagittarius feels bored or agitated, it moves, it travels. If a Leo feels unsatisfied or jealous, it leaves. You know what I mean? Like, the reactions are very in the moment. It's very spontaneous. And I feel like that is where I'm saying that your emotions in this cycle you've been experiencing, I feel like it's an kind of overwhelming release of emotions, like an uncontrollable, because where you have been so controlled previously, it's like your body is no longer allowing you to do that. So everything here now, as this cycle is ending, it's transforming into action for you guys. So let's see if another another wand card comes out for the Three of Pentacles. I will love this deck so much. Okay, obviously I already love this deck. Anyway, so why is the Three of Pentacles in reverse for the cycle that is ending? Oh, we actually got a sword, but we got the Ten of Swords, which literally means ending. 10 of Swords, ending, and an ending that is very painful. Again, this kind of, a lot of these repressed emotions in this cycle may have come from past connections, or people that you have dealt with basically throughout your life, whether that is, because on this Three of Pentacles card you have children and you have adults here, like there's a mixture of energies. So again, you could have had this experience from any kind of area in your life, whether that's work, your love life, your family, your youth, you know, and it could be a mixture of those as well. It doesn't just have to be one thing. So yeah, we have the Ten of Swords here. So again, an end to that. The sword energy is that air energy, what I was saying that maybe a lot of you guys have, where you overthink and overanalyze and second guess things, and it's like to a point where again there's no action. Like, all these swords are in him, so he can't move, right? Whereas in the Nine of Wands, yeah, they've got a wall, they've got boundaries and barriers, but the character is still standing up. It's still it's still prepared to take action if necessary, although it might have anxiety about it, or it might be scary to do so. It's still willing to do that. So definitely, again, Ace of Wands is all about a spark, an idea, a creativity coming through, and again wanting to take action on that. You also have the Ace and then the Two of Pentacles, sorry, the Ace of Wands and then the Two of Wands coming out here. So it's showing a progression. It's not like you're just getting stuck in one phase of things, but now you're learning how to move things forwards. Like, be like, okay, I've got this idea, I've got this plan, okay, now I've got this idea, now I'm gonna make the plan for how to get what I want. How can I expand this? How can I grow this? Like, they don't want to stay small. And then also with the Six of Wands here, card of success, and where I spoke about you having emotion and being in the heart space, but also still being a leader, being able to guide people, being strong in that way, a mixture of the masculine and feminine. So you have the Six of Wands upright, which is all about leadership and being admired for your ability to lead and guide people. And this may have come from this painful experience. You may be guiding people who have experienced similar things to you. You also have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck there. Time to give rather than take. Why is this here for the cycle? More wand energy. So we have the Seven of Wands reversed. Just want to clarify this Moonology card over here. And Justice. Right, so with this card being in reverse, a time to give rather than take, I definitely feel like you guys might have been, again, Virgo is mercurial energy. It gets stuck in over analyzing, be trying to make things perfect, and yeah, trying to make things perfect to a point where sometimes they don't even take action because, or they feel so disheartened by the action that they've taken because it's like nothing quite comes of it. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The results are slow or not to their expectations, so they feel like a failure. Whereas like, so yeah, this is part of the cycle that is ending for you guys, is learning to basically set boundaries, stand up for yourself, and learning to put things into balance. I keep hearing a message of truth for you guys. I don't know whether this is about you seeing the truth about maybe people in your life, like learning to cut them off quicker. It's like there's this insight or truth that you've come into, and it may just be how the universe is meant to work, like how things are meant to be balanced in this world. Even Clean It Up for me gives me very 6th house and Virgo energy again. So some of you guys might have Virgo placements. Okay, so I'm going to read the oracle message for the Clean It Up card because it really relates to everything I was saying here. It says, ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home also? Too much work, overwhelmed, time to clean house. Every item out of place snatters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack, takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. So again, that notion of action opposed to what am I looking for? Opposed to like neglecting or I can't think of the word. But see, when I'm saying like, I feel like you guys have been pushing down, suppressing, that's the word I'm looking for, oh goodness me. Suppressing like feelings or suppressing situations that may have actually caused scars, but it's like you've only been putting stickers. It's like you've been putting plaster over those scars, but you haven't actually taken the time for them to heal. You've just been putting, I don't know, you've been putting sellotape over it rather than putting an actual plaster which would make it heal. Do you know what I mean? That was a rubbish analogy. But it's like rather than just clean up is all about tending to the small things, because small things build up into big things. So making sure that you're organizing the things that you need to organize, or you're dealing with possible tense or anxious situations straight away, opposed to letting them build up. So say if someone says something that you don't like someone crosses the boundary and you're like, oh, that didn't make me feel that great, but it's fine, as long as they don't do it again, it'll be fine. But it's like, if you had just dealt with it there, then it wouldn't even happen again. Or if it happened again, then you would be able to be like, well, they clearly don't respect me and my boundaries, so I'm gonna take myself away from this situation. So it's like the cycle that is ending for you here is basically, again, being able to just take action opposed to allowing things to build up within you, allowing situations to become bigger than they need to be, dealing with things and ending things before they get too complicated. Basically facing your fears in a way. Right, I'm going to read from the guidebook for the tier. sometimes I just feel like something's at times I can get stuff obviously intuitively, whatever. And other times it's like, especially when I'm connecting with you guys as guides, it's like they want me to be super specific. So I'm going to read from the guidebook for some of you guys for this card. Oh my god. Okay, so the tear talks about morning, release, and the rain. Tears are droplets of letting go. Tears are droplets of letting go. Once they begin to fall, we allow the swelling tide of emotion to run its elemental course. Often the tear is what is needed in order for a conversation or situation to break into the next level of intimacy and vulnerability. Some say that tears are so powerful in softening our egos that they open up a portal to the unseen world. Through our watery eyes, the ancestors catch a glimpse of us, and we are reminded of their internal embrace. We sense our humanity, our humility, and we allow ourselves to be held. It is likely this card appears when there is grieving yet to do, a sinking down into disappointment or despair that once acknowledged will bring a shimmer of clarity to our dewy eyes. Okay. Right. So that offered a lot more insight into why I kept seeing this truth, this sword energy here about clarity. And it's like, again, yeah, this cycle of you releasing emotions, releasing the past. It feels like things that happened in the past. It's like you can clear out baggage. You can also, when we saw the High Priestess here, connect with the spiritual realm, much like feminine energy does. Again, when I said about the gem, tears being gifts for you guys in this cycle. It's like you're being gifted with insight through the release of this emotion. So I actually think that's everything that I have for you guys today for this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it brought you some clarity. Thank you so much for coming to this channel. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. If you are new here and would like to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content, and you can subscribe down below. And last but not least, I am now open for personal readings. If you're interested, there will be a link in the description, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hi there, those of you who chose the Lapis Lazuli, welcome to your reading. I feel like my hands need a good crack. I've already pulled your tarot cards for you here. First things first, I feel like this cycle has been, I keep hearing the word anxiety. So I don't know if you guys have been feeling very anxious lately, or you just feel like you've been going through a period of anxiety. I'll show you your cards now. So we have the High Priestess. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. I feel like a lot of you guys embody quite a lot of feminine energy, possibly. We have the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles. I don't even know if that's in focus. You have the Five of Cups reversed, and the Devil upright. I got quite a few cards for you guys, but I thought I'd keep them all. I'm now going to show you your oracle card straight away. So using the Wild Unknown, we have the Destroyer here. We also have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. This is very much devil energy. Sorry, not devil like the devil. I mean devil like the tarot, the devil. And then we also have Poised, which came out in reverse. Haven't decided which way I'm going to keep it yet. Right. So the cycle that is breaking for you guys. The Destroyer. So obviously these cards are new to me. So I'm going to start off by reading them intuitively. And if I feel like I'm guided to read from the book, then I will add some more information from there. I'm almost feeling future energy here. It's like you can see something. It's like it's like someone who has caught a glimpse of their future, or someone, something like say a psychic or something like that, where you can, but someone who has the gift of premonitions, or even in dreams or other ways as well. You can see the future. This could even be to do with like scrying, just someone who's into scrying, or someone who does magic or rituals as well, for some of you guys. Now I'm thinking about it, that energy that I'm feeling really ties into this High Priestess here, which is all about seeing, but to do with the spiritual realm. Things that are hidden to everyone else, but you can see. Tapping into hidden knowledge, or even possible things that you shouldn't know, but you do know. This may be something people say to you as well. Again, very divine feminine attribute here. And then you've got this kind of pentacle-y, earth grounded energy. Right, I need to pull clarifiers straight away. I need to pull clarifiers. I'm not 100% sure what this is. For the Queen of Pentacles, Southwest ending. So we've got the Seven of Wands reversed. Seven of Wands reversed. I've got the Page of Wands here for the Southwest ending. We've got the Hangman and the Page of Swords. I'm going to keep the Hangman out here. You may have just like newly tapped into spirituality, or like newly or even regained your gifts as well. And I know that can be a very tough cycle for some people when that happens, especially if you didn't already really have much of an interest in spirituality, or you weren't looking to regain these gifts and they kind of just like started out of nowhere, especially if it's like mediumships or that type of thing as well. But it can feel quite scary at times. Clarify the Eternal Pentacles, please. So we have Strength reversed. I feel like this is also a cycle about realizing that everything you wanted or everything you desired was like already with you. So if you were someone who would often look outside of yourself, or be the type of person who thinks the grass is greener on the other side, it's like this cycle was here to show you that everything you already have, everything you already need is you already have. Everything you need, you already have. There's a Two of Pentacles. Two of Cups here. I mean, sorry, that's the Five of Cups. Can I find the Five of Cups? We have the Queen of Swords coming out with that Five of Cups in reverse. I'm here for the Devil here, please. Wow, so we had the Emperor clarifying the Devil. That's crazy energy. Yeah, it's like there's this strange, it's not strange, but it's just unusual for me to navigate, because there's like this super feminine, divine energy here. But whenever I went to say that, I could also feel this masculine side to you as well. This may be something that you are more so coming into in this cycle as well. Both the Devil and the Emperor talk about control. Yeah, because there's something almost strategic about this. Even with the High Priestess, sometimes she gives me strategic energy, like she has a lot of insight, a lot of wisdom, much like the Queen of Swords. But she knows when to say the right thing. She knows who to say the right things to, because not everyone can take psychic insights like that. So it's like you're coming again. We had the Page of Swords that came out here with the Page of Wands. Yeah, Page of Wands is all about action or ideas, and then you have the Hangman. So I feel like for you guys, this was a cycle. The cycle that's ending for you guys it's almost the opposite to number one, which I feel like this happens a lot. But it's like knowing when to take action, when to say things. It's like about timing, basically. And I'm pretty sure poise is all about timing as well. Like believing things. Well, poised upright is about experiencing a kind of unexpected blessing or really positive moment. But poised in reverse is kind of talking about expecting something to go well, but actually it turns out in the opposite direction. It's like it doesn't go well. So again, we have the Destroyer here. I keep hearing that mantra that goes a lot on I want to say TikTok or maybe like Instagram as well, where it's like, everything I have I already got. No, everything I need I already got, and everything I did something like that. But that mantra just keeps going over and over in my head. It's almost like this chilled vibe to you now. What is this? What do you guys know? Like where pile number one was almost looking for wisdom, you guys found wisdom. And this feels like wisdom. This feels like divine knowledge. It was like knowledge that you have become worthy of knowing almost, if that makes sense. Like you've leveled up spiritually, basically. And the end of a tough cycle, like to grow that way, it is very tough experience. Then you have that Capricorn energy here, which is reiterated. Although the Emperor is Aries, the Devil is Capricorn. And they do have quite kind of similar. Well, the Emperor again is a leader. You have the Queen, you have a High Priestess, you have people who are... The only one who's here is the Page of Wands, but it's in reverse. It's like you have people who are like in charge, basically, who are in a leadership position, who can be seen, who are like advisors. Like a priestess is someone who people come to for advice, for guidance. The Emperor is someone who rules over a kingdom or an empire. The Queen again, same thing. The Strength card in reverse. Again, Strength talks about patience as well. It's like not hiding behind, not forcing things to happen. Because in the Rider-Waite, in the Strength card, she's like forcing a lion's mouth either shut or open. I can't remember which one it is. But it's like she's trying to put pressure into this thing that is greater than her. And she can't do it. she doesn't succeed, basically. So it's like, again, that message of knowing the right timing. This is the cycle that you've been going through. It's knowing the right timing, not forcing things that are greater than you to happen straight away. In divine timing. I'm surprised the Wheel of Fortune isn't out here. Clarify the full meaning Capricorn card, please, for Two of Swords reversed. Again, where there was confusion, or it's like you didn't know things, because the Two of Swords, she's got her, not the page of her, she's got her, what am I trying to say? Two of Swords, she's got a thing over her eyes. She can't see what's happening. It's like there's crows coming in, there's a whole lot of stuff happening. She's like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? It's like this has come off. The blindfolds have come off. Something has been revealed to you. I need to change the battery. Okay, yes. So Poised in reverse, the protection message reads, you're not ready to move forward at this time, and that has to be okay. Be poised in the face of demands and deadlines. Pretending you know what you're doing works sometimes, but if you adopt a fake it till you make it attitude, it will land you in some muck right now. This is not the time to wing in and deliver something half finished. It's okay to postpone things until you're really ready. It's better to disappoint others now than to wish you had later. So yeah, that message of like being patient, taking your time, and knowing when it's the right time to do things. Also with the strength card here, it's like I always see it as almost a mask that she's wearing. So it's like not pretending to have more confidence or be more courageous than you actually are. And it's okay to feel anxious about things or to be worried about things. And with the Emperor and the Devil here, not rushing into things before you know everything, or before you know enough, basically. So I definitely feel like this is a lesson that you've learned, because, well, a cycle that's ending, obviously, because that's the question of this reading, but also because all these cards are upright and they're all talking about you actually now realizing that it's okay to take time with things. It's okay to wait for the good, perfect moment and wait for that insight to come of when to take action. So the Destroyer, the savage, the unexpected, the rejected. The Destroyer has the necessary but painful work to do in the world. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings, and we hang on to permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the Destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The Destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happiness in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is a moment when heads begin to roll, the ground opens up, and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride. The Destroyer has arrived. Yeah, so I can see why the tough, the card, a tough cycle is ending for you guys, because I'm surprised the Tower card isn't here actually, but considering so much must have been broken down for you with the Ten of Pentacles here, and I feel like you've been able to rebuild this now at the end of this cycle. You've been able to recognize the things that are important and the things that are okay to let go of, and that Page of Wands and the Hangman energy becomes a lot clearer, where the Page of Wands is talking about action, and then the Hangman's talking about that stagnancy, that pause. So it's like that inability to move forwards, or that unwillingness, that unsureness about where to actually build upon is coming to an end. Again, there's a kind of wisdom here. You've come into some kind of insight. This could be spiritual insight. It could be about businesses. It could be about your life purpose. It could be about people in your life. It could be anything, any kind of insight that has just guided you to make better judgments about things and situations and people, and be okay with things ending or being destroyed or falling away from you, because you know it was never meant to be yours. You know that there's always everything you need, you already have, with the Two of Cups here. Well, the Five of Cups, but you know, he's lost 3 cups, but he's still got 2 cups. So guys, that is everything that I have for you, option number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. If you are new here and would like to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content, and you can subscribe down below. I am also now open for personal readings. If you are interested, there will be a link in the description, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Alright, hi Smokey Quartz, welcome to your reading. I've already pulled your tarot cards for you. And you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Cups in reverse, which also seems to be clarified by the Knight of Cups. You have the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles here. Sort of Pentacles. Okay, so also going to show you your cards here as well. So for your World Unknown deck, you have the Bardo. The Bardo. I actually cannot tell if you can see that or not. I'm so sorry. Right. From the Moonology, we have Take Time to Breathe Out, Disseminating Moon. And then we also have from the Wisdom of the Oracle, By the Book here. Which doesn't come out a lot in my readings, actually. I should say it doesn't come out a lot. Right, so what cycle's ending for you guys? Interesting. Let's see what we have here. I don't know why, but I'm very I'm paying a lot of attention to the suits that are here, like suits. As in, like, you have Pentacles, Cups, and Wands. You don't have any swords here. I don't know what that means right now, and I don't know why I'm so interested in that. Pentacle, Cups, and Wands. It does feel like there's a particular balance that is being introduced to you here, even with the Two of Pentacles, which is obviously a card of balance, but it is a card of, like, you're kind of either overworking yourself or you've got too much on your plate, but you can just about balance it all. I don't necessarily feel that is true for you guys in terms of this cycle, although it could have been true for you as you were going through this cycle. It was like, could have been something that was highlighted to you, as in, like, I don't know how, or I'm not really balancing my life right, you know. Okay, these paths have some kind of similar message in a way, and I feel again for you guys, this is about learning the balance between waiting, analyzing, or like considering options, considering things, and then taking action or moving forwards where there's movement. This is reminding me of the phrase, I think it's actually in one of my oracle decks, but it's like, if something hurts your eyes, stop looking at it. Oh, sorry, I just dropped that. It just feels like an eye to me, and then you've got all these skulls around it, kind of like chomping. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see that, but like chomping on the eye almost. It's like, if something hurts your eyes, stop looking at it. You see, like, he's looking at all these options. He's like overwhelmed. There's too much going on, too many things to choose from. Some might be good, some might be bad. I don't know which one to do. It's like a lot of confusion and over anxiety about what to do next, or what's the best way to move forwards. So it ends up in stagnancy rather than just going for it. Or it's like focusing on too many things at once, opposed to just taking the time to... opposed to just putting your energy into one thing, allowing that to, like, you know, go from... say if you're doing a project for something, it's like the energy of starting one project and then starting the next project and starting the next project, opposed to just being like starting one project, seeing that all the way through, and then starting the next project. And if this is something that you have done in the past, or you've noticed during this cycle, is that by you not completing things in their entirety before you start the next. It becomes overwhelming. There's too much to juggle. So things start to feel like you can't handle it, or that maybe you're not, you know, like feelings of inadequacy or stuff like that. But really it's because you've just taken too much onto your plate. Really it's because you just need to have a break and take time to breathe out. Really it's because you just need to get into nature and take a walk without looking at your phone, without being on technology, or like, it's just simple things. It's really because you need to get back to the simple things. Like, life is meant to be simple. Shouldn't be as complicated as society has made it. Particularly Western society. Alright, let's get some clarifiers out here. So clarify the 7 of Pentacles. So we have the Emperor here. So we have the 2 of Cups, 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Swords here. Okay, this is giving me the message of, like, because the 6 of Cups can talk about a soulmate or some kind of connection. If you guys are looking to, for anyone who, oh my god, why can't I think of the words? Basically, for anyone who's looking to kind of like offer something to someone, it could be like tell someone of how they feel or something silly like that. Sorry, that's not silly. I mean, like something simple like that. Something rubbish like that. No, as in because we have the 2 of Cups here. We have the 8 of Swords and we have the 8 of Cups. So again with the 8 of Swords, it's like you're the person, you're the one in control of your own life, and you're the one who is limiting yourself, if that makes sense. That's something that this cycle would have shown you. Yeah, it's like not overwhelming yourself with things. What I meant to say before is, if you want to reach out to someone, then do it. Right, clarify the 7 of Cups for us, please. Clarify 7 of Cups for the circle that is ending for them. Oh, I don't want that many cards, guys. I can't take that many cards, I can't. I'm only going to take 1 card. The cycle that's ending for Smokey Quartz, please. Those people choosing Smokey Quartz, where's the 7 of Cups here, please? Right. So we have the Magician clarifying the 7 of Cups. So yeah, again, that message of like, you're the creator of your own destiny. Empowering yourself and knowing that you can make all of the things that you want to happen come true. You can make them happen if you want them to, if you put the time and effort into doing that. And again, the Magician always talks about as well, like having all the tools that you need, which is like having the Pentacles, having the Cup, having the Wand, and the whatever. And maybe that's why I was so drawn to the fact that there was no swords here. So maybe you guys feel that you don't have everything that you need. And swords equates to like your mind and your thoughts. So, or like your analytical side. So maybe you feel like you have, this cycle was highlighting to you that you feel like you have like been lacking in that area possibly. And that's what's been holding you back. Clarify the 8 of Wands, please. You have the Moon card in reverse. For the 2 of Pentacles, so what cycle they are. Alright, let's take this one. So the Ten of Pentacles. I'm gonna put that up, right? Ten of Pentacles. So you're going from the Two of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. You're going from imbalance and being unsure of which one to prioritize, is what I've been looking for, to basically having it all. Being able to, this Ten of Pentacles I love because it doesn't just focus on this kind of career or work or finances, but it shows like a family or a kind of happiness that has happened here. A balance between things. It could be for you guys, maybe you needed to balance work and family, or work and play with friends, or whatever. Work and relaxation even. You guys might have been like overworkers, workaholics. And that's a cycle that is ending for you. It's being able to see that sometimes I need to delegate tasks, or sometimes I need to be strategic about where I'm putting my energy or what I'm going to focus on today. Opposed to just jumping in and being like, oh, let me do it all. Yeah, I've been reading from the book a lot today, but whatever. I don't mind if you don't mind. Right. I'm drawn to the oracle message, I think, for by the book here. So, the universe works within the structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, and the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting on instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them, rather than being a rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to these universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. So yeah, well, maybe your guys' job, or what you do, or what you want to pursue, is quite not like a normal job. I'm trying to think of the word, but I literally cannot think of it right now. Not a typical job, not an everyday thing that people do. So it's like you're trying to navigate this world, but actually the whole cycle has been showing you that it's okay to follow these structures and these rules when it comes down to certain things, as well as relying on the universal laws as well, because there is order in life. Whilst life can feel chaotic and feel out of balance and feel like there's too much happening, actually there is order within the chaos. And sometimes you just need to take time out and breathe out. So I'm going to look at the Bardo now, because I actually don't know much about this card. Obviously these cards are new to me. The elimination, the in-between, the transition. It is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us, or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bardo, there is potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The Bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. Okay, that makes so much sense about this Six of Cups and Knight of Cups energy. That forgiveness, those, even, yeah, talking to ancestors as well. The Knight of Cups is someone who is open about how they feel. They're not afraid. Even though he's got his suit of armor on to protect him, he's still carrying this cup with his head held high. So if it was well, another message is like tapping in to the wisdoms of the universe and using that to your advantage in the material plane. Seeing things from a higher point of view. And knowing that things will always work out in the way that they're meant to. Things will always rebalance themselves. Okay, that is everything that I have for you guys. Option number 3 with the Smokey Quartz. Thank you for coming to this reading. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. If you're new here and want to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content. And if you want to get a personal reading from me, then there will be a link in the description. And that is everything I have for you. So I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hi Green Aventurine, welcome to your reading. I've already pulled your tarot cards for you here, so I'll show you those now. We have the Star. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Six of Swords. The Eight of Swords. And the King of Swords. I'll also show you your oracle cards now. For your World Unknown, we have the Dead End. For the Moonology card, we have What Do You Need to Release? Waning Moon. Yes, Waning Moon. I think this is a very clear message. Well, what I say right now anyway. And for your Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Observer. My next door neighbour's TV is really loud, so sorry if you can hear it. Anyway, so yeah, well, straight away, Dead End. What do you need to release? Six of Swords. I feel like you've been through a cycle of learning or accepting endings, knowing when it's time to move on from painful or difficult situations. Especially Six of Swords can be quite like tumultuous. Wow, I can't say that word. Quite rocky situations. So yeah, this is all about moving on from that. Like at a dead end, what do? You turn backwards, right? And I feel like but with this imagery here of this hand kind of poking through this mess of, I don't know, let's say it's twigs or whatever, it's like despite seeing that they can't get through, there's still someone trying to force their way through. And I feel like this has been you guys maybe through this cycle, opposed to just being like, oh, it's a dead end. Like say if you're in a maze, you see a dead end, you're like, oh no, it's a dead end, let me turn around, let me go backwards. But it's like you guys have been trying to get through this metaphoric dead end, symbolic dead end, whatever. Also with the Queen of Wands here, I'm getting the word like taking back your power, just like sitting in. The Queen of Wands is very feminine energy, and feminine energy like sits in a position of receiving. It doesn't chase, it doesn't go after things, it waits for things to come to them. Especially the Queen of Wands, and the way that she looks very like confident, and she has that charismatic she has that charisma about her, very Leo energy, and Leo energy is the sun. Everything orbits around the sun. The sun doesn't go and chase. The sun doesn't have to do anything for the planets to gravitate towards it, basically, right? It just is itself, and by being itself, things gravitate towards it. So again, the Eight of Swords about about limiting yourself, not willingly not seeing things that are right in front of you. As in, this girl is in the image, obviously. This girl is tied up, but she's tied up to swords, and I mean, she could just break herself loose and take off the blindfold, but she's decided not to. She's just sitting there. So again, not acknowledging the truth. That's exactly what the King of Swords does. So this cycle has, the cycle that is ending for you now is that I feel like you've come to a point where you are learning to acknowledge the truth, accept the truth, accept facts and logics and logic. And also with the Observer here, I'm seeing practice a bit more caution as well. Not just allowing anyone or any energy into your life, but thinking twice about who this is. Taking the time to, oh sorry, that's not going in focus. Taking the time to really get to know that person, get to know the energy. Is this something that I want in my life? Is this something that I need, or that can fulfill me in the way that I need it to? If I you guys, I would also look up the spiritual meaning of foxes as well. So the Star card here, for me, this feels like a disappointment, because the Star card is all about hope and wishes and dreams. But with it being in reverse for you guys, I feel like it's like accepting almost disappointment. Maybe you've experienced quite a lot of disappointment during this cycle, like people or situations, like either going for jobs and not getting them, or wanting to be in a relationship with someone and it just kind of falling apart. You guys might have also been drawn to pile number 3. But it's like things just never quite worked out the way they were, the way that you wanted them to, basically. So it's like about releasing these things and stepping into that, again, the feminine energy of being open to receive. So where's the Star card here, please? So now we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, okay, being kind of stubborn with it being with the Star card here. Like being like, you know, again, if it was a job or relationship that you wanted, it's like you're applying to the job 3 times even though you didn't get it the first time, or you're sticking around with someone even though that you want more from them. Or you, like, you say you're sticking in a situationship but you want a relationship, let's say that. It's like settling for less, or settling for what you don't deserve, rather than just walking away when the signs are clearly there for you. If you just look a bit harder, if you just take a step back and really take the time to observe the situation, you would see what is right in front of you. Can I play the Queen of Wands for things? Yeah, again, it's more sword energy, Ace of Swords, that insight, that wisdom. Not ignoring, like this truth is shooting right into her brain. She can't ignore it. There is no ignoring the Ace of Wands. It's like a truth or an honesty that just is right in front of you. Aventurine. 3 of Wands. So waiting for your ships to come in, but 3 of Wands in reverse is like a delay. Like, again, disappointment from expectation. Like putting too much expectations on things to work out in the way that you want them to. opposed to just diverting your energy. So through this cycle, that's what you've been learning to do, or the cycle that is ending for you at least, is that it's time to release the things that don't deserve you, kind of, actually. Yeah, that aren't yours to have, that aren't aligned with who you are at your core. Where's the card for the Eight of Swords, please? So Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands, both cards talk about stability, success. You have the Four of Pentacles here, which is all about, again, being a bit stubborn, holding on to things, holding on to like a Four of Pentacles when you could have 7 or 10 Pentacles. Trying to be satisfied with what you already have, but actually it's like, because you're so scared of losing what you already have, you're holding on to something that's so small when you could have even more than this, but you just don't see it. You're refusing to see that. You're refusing to let go. So there could be a fear of losing stability here, of losing kind of like that happiness. My throat is so dry right now. Goodness me. See? Okay. Have for the King of Swords here, please. You got another 4. 4 of Swords. Learning to heal, learning when, I just had the word learning to give up, but in a way it's kind of like sometimes you guys need to give up. You guys can be very persistent people, or I feel like, which is a good trait obviously, but when the energy is, sometimes our best traits we put them in the wrong areas of our life. That's what I need to say. So yeah, Four of Swords is about taking a break, taking time out and away from people, away from situations. And even though she's alone, and even though she's in her comfort zone, in her little bubble, it's like you see these hearts, this string of hearts that kind of tied around her. She's still filled with love. She isn't, you guys might have some abandonment issues, sorry to come for you, but it's like, even if she says no, even if she says, she sets boundaries, or she lets this person or this situation go, he says, I'm not ready for this right now, or this isn't for me, I'm gonna take a step back. Even within that, she's still loved. Even within that, she feels love within herself. So let's take a look in the cookery book. Yes, I've been reading from the book all day today. My apologies. I don't know if people don't like that. I don't know, I feel like I do that a lot. Sometimes there's just, it just perfectly says everything that is here. Yeah, so I'm really drawn to this oracle message. It says, most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you've engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek, and will indeed find. So yeah, through this cycle that is ending now for you guys, is you've been learning to put a pause on things. And again, when jobs reject you, or people reject you, it's not about you. It's not a reflection of who you are as a person. It doesn't mean those qualities that you have are necessarily bad, or that you need to change who you are. Because again, we have very fixed sign energy here. Leo is fixed. Earth energy, if we talk about Aquarius, that's very fixed. It's like there's no need to change who you are to fit in, or to have the happiness that you desire, to feel loved or be loved. It's just learning where to put yourself and who to engage with. Learning to be around the right people. Right, let's read the dead end. Right, the dead end. The closed door, the final chapter, the impasse. Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forwards as planned. It is thick, dense, uncomprising, a wall beyond all walls. With every bramble, thorn and stone, it simply states, "No more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter." It is natural to resist its very resistance, and struggle even harder to make our way to prove our point, to hold on to what was. In this way we fight with life itself. From a mythic perspective, the end you face is very much a beginning. There are doors opening all around you, just not the ones you planned on walking through. If you are honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginning. Oh, I really like that message. I hope you guys like that. I feel like that was a great message for you guys. Oh, I just want to end there. Okay. Sorry if your reading was a bit shorter than the rest. I just read the messages as I see them. I don't add any more. I don't take away anything else. It just needs to be what it needs to be. Right, so that is everything that I have for you guys. Option number 4. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. If you're new here and want to see more from me, I post mostly spiritual and lifestyle content, and you can subscribe down below. I'm now open for personal readings if you're interested. There will be a link in the description, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.